Scotty from Lifestyle Creations by the Jacksons.
How are you guys?
Doing? So guys, if you notice, we're both dressed in white. Now you'll probably figure out why we're dressed in white here very shortly. As always, please read our disclaimer. Viewers are at their own risk, and please consult with your attorney. The reason why I say please consult with your attorney is because today's topic is about last will and testament. So I will pretty much go into details about it, and then we'll have Scotty here chime in. So guys, the first death I experienced was with my dad, and he did not have a will. The second person was another dad. He didn't have a will, and then a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine, nephew, passed away and helped with the funeral arrangements. Now, because of all those deaths that I've gone through, which isn't a lot compared to some people, I realized the importance of having a will. Now, before we get started, I know that death is not a very comfortable topic for most people. So if this is not a comfortable topic for you, then we completely understand. This is a very comfortable topic for me because death comes to everyone, and a lot of us are not prepared. We know that we normally don't talk about stuff like this in our channel, but this is a lifestyle channel, and part of our lifestyle is also dealing with death and sharing information that will be helpful. So guys, I do have a will, and I'm not going to be able to show you the will, but able to go through step by step and all the information that you need to create a will. First of all, you can create your own will. You don't need an attorney. However, if you need to consult one, please do so. I've actually created my own wills throughout the years. I've made amendments, and it's pretty simple. I will include a link down below. That link is freedownloads.net. It's down below. You can actually visit their website and download a template in the state that you're located and fill in all the blanks. So you do have some type of guideline in terms of how to go about completing your will. It's very easy. Now, I also want to include, if you decide to do your own will without a lawyer, you will need 2 witnesses, including yourself. Take it to a bank or anywhere that has a notary service there and have it notarized. Those 3 persons, including yourself, must have photo ID. If you are with a bank, Chase or Citibank, whomever it is, they usually have notary service, and you can actually take it and get it notarized here. Please note that the 2 witnesses that are coming with you cannot be included in the will. So if they're on the will, they cannot be the 2 witnesses. So please make sure of that. The will have to be notarized in the state that you reside. So those are the important things that you need to know as an FYI. So the first part of a will obviously is you go through I blah blah blah, a resident of blah 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 blah. I just mentioned to you guys, I will include a link so you'll see what the format is like. Here are the different parts to a will: declarations, executor. The executor I'll go into because having an executor is really important. That person will be responsible for managing your funeral, your assets, all those things. So you want to make sure that you're choosing someone who is responsible. In most cases, you would compensate that person. So make sure that you have that person in mind. And property, whatever that is, your assets, you want to make sure that you're including that on your will. Children, pets, cars, furniture, savings, investments, 401k, every single thing included in your will. With regards to children, make sure that you have a guardian in mind. We never know what could happen. One of the things I didn't mention at the very beginning is make sure that you have life insurance to cover all of this. Your average funeral is about $10,000, and I mean, it could go a lot higher than that. So you want to make sure that you're getting a life insurance policy for at least $10,000. But that is not enough. But at least that, is fine. And Scotty here will go into more details about that. Now, if you have any special instructions or directives, like for myself, I want to be buried in white. That's why we wear white. And I want the theme to be a celebration, because I don't see death the way most people do. I'm not afraid of dying at all. I know one day I will die, because I came into the world and one day I must leave. I am concerned about how I die, because I don't want it to be a painful death, but I'm not afraid of exiting this world at all. And when I go, I want people to celebrate me and celebrate my life. So my special instructions are, bury me in white. I also want a celebration in Jamaica and in the States. I don't want him to put on a lot of makeup on me, because when my father died, they put on a lot of makeup on him, and I just didn't like it. So your direction doesn't have to be similar to mine, but it's very important that you have directions in terms of who you don't want to be there. Who do you want to read your eulogy or write? What photos you want displayed at your funeral, what types of songs you want to be, sung. Who is your pastor? Church. Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be buried? So this is what all goes into creating a will. Now, I also offer documentation services at my website, which is down below. This is not like an everyday thing for me, but I do get requests to create wills sometimes. So if you're interested in that service, you can go to my website. Again, it's down below. Let me just, now another thing I wanted to mention too is that you won't include this in your will, but make sure that someone has access to your social media accounts and also your cell phone. Just in case something happens to you, they can log into your social media account and post. The reason I said that is because someone recently died and we could not get into their Facebook account and notify their friends, because many people communicate via Facebook. So I will let this scruffy, handsome man chime in.
Well, thank you, darling.
I'm sorry, honey, I was so long-winded.
I do apologize for the rather rough appearance. Long weekend. Anyway, where I'd like to pick up where Apollonia left off. There are certain members of your family that have more than two legs. Example, cats, dogs. It's very important that you allocate that in your will as well to someone that is responsible with specific instructions with regards to your furry.
He looks so handsome.
Additions to the family. Also, with regards to valuables or assets, understand that anything of sentimental value you want to include in your will. It can be dishes, cups, clothing, other than assets or cash or currency in general, anything that has sentimental value, perhaps that's been passed down through generations. Also important to document that. With regards to if you are terminally ill, acknowledging whether or not you do want an order, do not resuscitate. Those instructions should be clear. If you find that if there's no longer any quality of life of you recovering, you may decide not to be kept living by way of life support. So with regards to insurance, it is important to understand that you must have life insurance. You don't want to put that burden on your significant other, wife, husband, siblings, parents, or even friends that have to scrounge together money to bury you and have a funeral. And nowadays, especially online, there are companies out there that you can vet that have rather reasonable rates, which tend to vary, $20,000, $30,000 towards coverage, can vary based on $21 to $25 depending on the information that you provide. There will be a very extensive questionnaire with regards to your medical history, any conditions that you may have, medications and such, which you will go through. But that's pretty much anything that you'll fill out, especially when you go to a doctor's office for the very first time. They want some background. So with that said, a very close friend of the family who's in the business as an undertaker said to me a long time ago, especially when I was actively involved in planning a funeral, it's expensive coming in, it's expensive going out. So understand that you are limited in your time that you spend here physically on this earth, and then you will continue your next journey abroad. So with that, being prepared is the essential key with regards to quality of life. While you've lived, you want to prepare for how you travel in terms of your next journey. Darling.
If you are creating the will yourself, just make sure that you have, multiple copies. Give one to the executor, keep one for yourself, and perhaps give one to a family member that you trust. Also, you want to include any charitable causes and include names of everyone that you would like the assets divided amongst.
I just want to say, for those of you who are currently dealing with the preparation for the funeral of a loved one, or possibly have a sick parent, wife, husband, family member in general, we know that this is a difficult time for you. So our condolences go out to you and your families. Time will heal eventually, and we do recognize that this is difficult. So we wish you and your family the best throughout this process from us.
I wanted to add something else too, and before I forget, if you have a more complicated will, then you definitely need to contact a lawyer. With that said, definitely want to prevent chaos amongst family members when you are no longer here, which is why it's very important to have life insurance coupled with a will. What you don't want is Paulette or Pauline or Brad is like, I feel me that, I feel me car that, I feel me money that, like that. Because I've seen that happen, like at funerals where people are just arguing and amongst family members. So create harmony and peace when you leave this world amongst family members.
What that does,
you're just being responsible.
It creates any confusion, eliminates, any
streamline.
Confusion. What colors you want, if you want to be buried in a suit, if you want to be cremated as such. You don't want people to argue about what they thought you wanted.
Yes. We prepare for welcoming, birth and a child into the world. So why not prepare for when this day comes, which it will come, and we just have to be more prepared. And I just say that I'm very passionate about this topic simply because I've had to make decisions because I was put in those positions of people not having a will. So just wanted to share this information with you. As you guys know, I can't really last so long in these heels, but I just wanted to share these gorgeous heels with you. And, the purse have to match too.
Yeah, she is the queen of accessorizing.
But extremely affordable though. Very, very affordable. So, honey, when I die, I want to look very nice in my coffin. And I want to be dressed in all white. And, my hair out.
I guess you guys are all witnesses to that.
Yes. So this is a backup.
So choose your beneficiaries carefully.
Absolutely. With that said, guys, peace, love, and happiness.
Happiness. By
Lifestyle Creations, by the Jacksons. And don't forget, guys, to create that will.
Wonderful, darling.
Toodles.
Take care.
Bye.
Hit that like button.